भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। समस्तजनकल्याणे निरतं करुणामयं नमामि चिन्मयं देवं सद्गुरुं ब्रह्मविद्वरम्। ॐ पार्थाय प्रतिबोधितां भगवता नारायणेन स्वयं व्यासेन ग्रथितां पुराणमुनिना मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्तदामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनो यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणाः। देवाय तस्मै नमः, देवाय तस्मै नमः। Verse number 12. ओमित्येकाक्षरं ब्रह्म व्याहरन् माम् अनुस्मरन् यः प्रयादित्यजं देहं स याति परमां गतिम्। अनन्यचेता सततं यो मां स्मरति नित्यशः तस्याहं सुलभः पार्थ नित्ययुक्तस्य योगिनः। This text has been different from all other chapters in the sense that it talks about the inevitable in all of us, which is one's own disappearance from this world. And therefore, Krishna had to clarify this, and it has to be understood because nowhere else or nobody else can talk about that. Your neighbor cannot talk about what happens after death, or nobody else can. Even a doctor cannot tell you what happens afterwards. Up till that he can take you, but after that he will not be able to tell you what happens. So therefore, we saw that there is a yogi who can bring about end to oneself upon knowing the insignificance of this bodily existence and releasing oneself as the soul from this physical body. Sarvadvarani sanyamya, having thus closed all the various apertures, mano hridi nirudhyacha, keeping the mind in the heart, murdhya adhaya atmanah pranam, having thus brought the prana up to the sahasrara, yoga dharanam, with the power of yoga. Having said this, Bhagavan Krishna does not merely account only for the path of yoga. He talks about the necessity of karma, bhakti and jnanam also. And therefore, in the verse we just chanted, he said, Ananya cheta satatam yomam smaradi nityashaha. The same, the release of the soul from this body can also happen if a person has total dedication to the Lord. Ananya chetaha. Ananya chetas, with no other thing in the mind, satatam at all times. Yaha mam smarati, he who remembers me, nityasha at all times. To such a person, tasya aham sulabha. I am obtainable very easily. Who is he? Nitya yuktaha. One who is ever united to the Lord. So this is the path of devotion. Now, the famous standpoint of Hinduism is that there is always a rebirth. So which gives us a lot of solace. You know, many times when we do not follow some basic disciplines of life or any of the religious things, then slowly when we realize at the age of 50, 60 or 70, we can't do much. So we say, agle janam mein dekhenge. We'll see in the next birth. Because we have that solace. But whereas Christianity or Islam, Judaism, etc., at the present moment they don't accept possibility of next birth. Only one life to live. So there is a confusion about what to do, because this entire world is full of things for us to enjoy. So this life is to enjoy. Why otherwise Bhagavan has created so many things? At the same time, religion says don't enjoy. Kya karne ka hai? Should I or should I not? Because the world is full of all these enjoyments, I should enjoy or I should not. But the people who argue for enjoyment is more than those who don't. So what should be done now? So in the case of such confusion, we have to ask only one question. This enjoyment or indulgence, does it give me a lasting peace? Or it is just a fleeting things? Some would say, even if it is fleeting, why not have pleasure? All right. Even if you say it is all experienced, etc., fleeting pleasures are experienced, all right. Does it feel you satisfied, content, feel at ease, or are constantly restless? Because one is over, another has come. iPhone 6 is over, 7 is in, iPhone X is coming. iPhone 10. There is no end to this. Nothing is complete by itself. Everything is suddenly seen useless. It is important at some point of time, and after some time it is gone, and something else has come. That is so making us high and dry at the end of it. So constantly we are running after things. So only when one decides or come to comprehend that, yes, enough is enough, then yes, then one will realize that something seriously to be done now. It is like enjoying and drinking and going party, etc. Suddenly one finds that body is not anymore obeying to you. You eat and it remains in Madhya Pradesh forever. Never comes out of you. Feeling lethargic, lazy, unhappy, full, heavy. Kuch karna hai. So you go to the doctor, what do you do? They say, reduce your food, increase your workout. See, there even the physical well-being requires some amount of control, some amount of exertion, effort. Even the physical body of one's own is not ready to oblige you or obey you. You need to work on it. If that is the case, think about the mind, which is constantly demanding. Its appetite is unending. Angam galidam palitam mundam dashana vihinam jatam tundam vriddho yadi grihitva dandam tatapina munjati asha pindam. Desire doesn't end. So therefore, even as you reduce the quantity that you eat for the body's welfare and also exert more to make it efficient, in the same way, reducing the indulgence, even in the mind, is necessary. So that is where the religion comes into play, saying, do this now. So here, the mind has to be disciplined, plus it has to be given a field to engage in. And that is where Bhagavan says, Ananya Cheta Satatam. If one can slowly engage the mind in the higher self, me, Mam Smarati Nityashaha, at all times, such a person, for him I am available. The divinity within is available. The calmness and peace will be available. Otherwise not. And also, when a person thus able to reach me exclusively, there is no more punarjanma. No need to come back again. But somebody would say, I want to come back. I want to again suffer this whole process. A for apple, B for boy. Again, we want to start all over again. Can you imagine that? You are the English professor, doctorate. But what to do? Next birth, you cannot start from there. Very rarely such people start. Again, begin from the scratch. Go on scratching. So here in the next verse, he says, what is the result of this meditation or complete dedication to the Lord? As he says here, verse number 15. Mamupetya punarjanma Dukkhalayam ashashvatam Napnuvanti mahatmanah Samsiddhim paramam gataha Mamupetya punarjanma Dukkhalayam ashashvatam Napnuvanti mahatmanah Samsiddhim paramam gataha Punarjanma na apnuvanti. They don't come back again. Now, this is a statement made, all right, but it requires a lot of analysis here. First of all, why next birth? Even let me ask this question. You got up in the morning today with the joy of sleeping one more hour, right? Huh? Yes or no? Yes, everybody at it. And one more hour because of this day no dash. Wow, 2 hour bonus. So now extra hour you got. Let us forget about day no dash, but the other one. Did you really get 1 hour extra? Yes or no? Why is it? You say just no, yes, you say. Did you get 1 hour extra to sleep? Yes? Yes or no? You're not saying half of them only are opening their mouth. You got 1 hour extra, right, to sleep. But do you remember in April, last 1 hour there, after 6 months when it is given to you, wow, it's something, gift nahi, le liya pehle. Before it has just been removed and then now it is given back. Loan it was again, now it is again loan. Next year, April it will be taken again. So, what we get today is what we lost sometime. And today, if you say, I am happy about something because you put an effort to sacrifice it sometime back. Say, let us say that you work out today, I have extra time, I work for 2 hours. Extra 100 calories I reduced. Then you are allowed to eat 1 jalebi. And that's what people do, See, guilt-free eating. Why? Because I lost 100 calories in the morning workout. And today, evening, I'm going for a party. And I'm going to have ice cream. So for ice cream today evening to enjoy, you have to put on extra hour of workout. And allowed, nothing wrong. So this is the law of karma. You must understand this point. That what you sacrifice that comes as a gift to you later on. But if you keep on indulging, Later on you have to sacrifice a lot. If your youthful days you indulge, in this middle age and old age you will have to suffer a lot. That's a lot. Whether it's a physical or mental, whatever it is. And in this life you indulge more, the next life you have to suffer more. So, based upon this simple premise, we understand that what we give up today will be giving a greater push for our evolution later. And if that belief is not there, if you don't believe in that, you don't need to believe in Punarjanma. But then don't ask, why am I suffering? If an individual is suffering for whatever reason, unknown reasons, in this life, the only answer that can be is that something you have indulged and engaged in the past. If a person in the prison is asking, why have you put me into this prison? You did something. And in human being, their judgment can be wrong. You have been wrongly accused also, that is possible. But if you believe in the eternal judgment of the Lord, which is working as a law of action, then obviously a present condition is a product of the past. And present action will be the blueprint for the future. In this premise only, Punarjanma can be understood. Now, if we do not accept this concept of rebirth, let us say, then you have to answer why some people suffer and some people don't. Haphazard, random, with no rhyme or reason. Then there is no scientific reasoning in this point. And you may have to say, whoever it be who causes this to be for me to suffer and somebody else to enjoy, whatever be the reason, it is haphazard and random. And it is, sometimes it happens, sometimes doesn't happen. But that is not the case. As even look at the world around you, observe the nature. Nature is not freak. Everything that happens in one part of the world has a reason in some other part. If you say it is raining here torrentially in one place, do you think it is randomly happening there? Never. There is a reason which we have not noticed. And then they go back, oh yeah, there was a depression there. There was something going on. So even the so-called the nature, which is what we experience everyday life, has particular cause because of which the effect is experienced. Nothing is random. So here we will find that Punarjanma is an acceptable theory, so to say. It need not be a fact also for many people. Even if it is accepted as a theory, it answers the present condition. And if that answer is acceptable to you, then what you do now will be equally responsible for what is tomorrow. So having said this, now Punarjanma or the next birth is caused by the actions of the past. And if Bhagavan says that if you reach me there is no Punarjanma, that means what happens to the actions I have done in the past? Am I not going to be recipient of the results? Yes or no? Suddenly it will disappear. If X has done an action and he or she alone is going to be getting the result of that action and reaching the Lord, this will cancel out. On what basis? How? How does it get cancelled? Lord has a power to cancel everything. Is it so? So some people believe that, oh, Bhagavan will cancel out everything. He crosses the check. No more valid. But that is not the way Vedanta looks at it. The answer to this question is, how is that the past actions will not have an effect on a person? Now the question is, who is actually suffering? Who actually suffers the consequence of any action? An action performed with an idea, I am the doer, will have an effect on the person. When an action performed not with an idea of the I am the doer, will have no effect on the person. It is as simple as that. So every action performed with an idea, I am the doer, aham karta, I am the doer, then that result of action will come to that person only. When that individual who is a karta is performer of actions, without the notion that I am the doer, the result will not touch him. But can we do any action without the idea that I am the doer? Is it possible? But any action that we do, obviously there is a doer, agent of action. So if that agent, the actor is there, the result for that action will come to that person invariably. How is that we can do that action without the idea of I am the doer? So that is when the knowledge comes here, or Bhagavan says, understand I am the doer. You are only an instrument. That requires me to dedicate and surrender my ego. There is nothing in this action mine. There is nothing called I is engaging here. Thy will be done. Yours is the action, you are doing it. You means the Lord. That is what is called ananya cheta. The mind does not anymore own up the doership, and therefore does not own up the enjoyership. Does not become a karta, the doer, nor even the bhokta, the enjoyer. I am not the doer, and the result does not belong to me. Which means Bhagavan is the doer, the Lord is doing through me, and He alone is the result, enjoyer or the recipient of the result, not me. Only those actions thus performed in this way will result in no result for this person. And at the same time, through knowledge, he has recognized it is the ego, the individual idea, perceiver, feeler, thinker. Gurudev calls it PFT, one who's puffed up. So this PFT is the one who identifies with these vasanas and thereby suffers all the consequences of action. Is the same PFT in the past who has done. And when the destruction of this individuality takes place, through knowledge of oneness with the self, the past actions also will have no effect on him. Not only the present actions he performs with no idea of I am the doer, but also the actions of the past which he has completed, which is yet to be received by him, that also will cancel out. And Gurudev used to give an example. It's a very interesting example that he gave. So once it so happened that he was in his ashram. This is a story, it's not real. Once he was in his ashram in Himalayas in Siddhabari, and he was taking rest, and people are waiting for him to come out and give talks, etc. Around 3 o'clock in the afternoon, the police arrived and asked the people here, is this the place the Swami lives? Yes, Swami Chinmaya lives. Okay. We want to meet him. So the people said, no, he's taking rest, he's not available right now. Okay, we will wait. But as soon as he wakes up, before he meets anybody else, we would like to see him. So the secretary there was standing there. He asked, can I know what the reason you would like to see him? We are here to arrest him. Why? As Balakrishna Menon, he has done a lot of crime. He has now disguised himself as Swami Chinmayananda. However, his past record shows his criminal acts requires punishment and jail terms. We are here to arrest him. We are waiting for him. So the secretary was obviously shocked. But they were all waiting outside for Swami to get up. Swamiji did not get up at all. He died. Now whom do they arrest? Even if they arrest a dead body, has it has any meaning? Will the dead body be sent to prison? They tear off all the papers concerning Balakrishna Menon, who is AKS Swami Chinmayananda. Because the individual there is no more. The performer of the action is dead. A dead person cannot be punished again. In the same way, the ego, the individual who was traveling as a soul for so long, who was the performer of all actions, when that individual has merged into the higher, when the individuality is no more, no actions of the past will also be effective at all. Not only the present actions performed with no idea of I, the past actions performed also will become null and void when the ego is dead. And thus, therefore, he who is completely able to dedicate oneself to me and exclusively, mam upetya, reaching me, na punarjanma, no more birth again, into this world of what? Dukkham, dukkhalayam, dukkasya alayam, the abode of sorrow, ashashvatam, temporary. This temporary world of sorrow is no more na apnuvanti, he will never obtain again. Who? Maha Atmanaha. That is the thing to be underlined. The one who has become Mahan Atma. Wo Admi nahi anymore, he is not an Admi. He is not an individual anymore. He has found his own self in the self of all. Mahan Atma yasya saha Mahatma. One whose self has become merged with the totality. Mahatmanaha na apnuvanti. Why? Paramam gadim samsiddhim gataha. They have reached the highest abode of the soul. Now, at the present moment, it is not our experience. We have not seen. Of course, you cannot see anybody who has gone and not been born again. That is not possible. But then, this is a question of reverential acceptance of a truth. Because something which we do not know, we either accept it from the authority of those who know, or you have to explore yourself. If somebody says there is a house there, it has been locked for a long time, and there is an old lady who lives there, once in a while she comes out. How do you know? I have seen her. So this is a person of authority. Otherwise you go and open and see. But when you see that, you cannot come out. So you decide whether you want to go it or not. In the same way, what is beyond the death is not possible for us to know right now, and if you go there, you cannot come back to tell us. So who's the authority? Who has gone and declared that it is true, and that is only possible by the Lord only. So the authority of this Gita is that the Lord himself is declaring, yes, if you reach me, there is no rebirth. Mamupetya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashashvatam. One may say, dukkhalayam? No. This is sukhalayam. What are you saying? This is a land of pleasure. See, how do you measure a pleasure? In what way you measure? Amount of joy it gives, correct? It gives 1 cup of coffee, how much joy it will give? Say X. 2 cups of coffee, will it give more joy or less joy? You tell me. 1 cup of coffee, how much joy it will give? X. 2 cups of coffee, double that. Grande, large, what are the 3? Birdie. Huh? Plenty. 20. 20 is the highest. Huh? I don't know. Okay, whatever. Grande. Grande is the highest. Grande. It's okay. 1 cup of coffee, X. 2 cups of coffee is more or less, more pleasure. Correct? He says yes. Yes or no? Anybody accepts that? 2 cups of coffee, 2 into same amount of pleasure. Are you not accepting? So that means more pleasure will be more. More things you enjoy, more pleasure it should be, right? Correct? Why are you saying no? 4 cups of coffee. 10. Pain. So now you tell me, when you say dukkhalayam, is it saying anything wrong? More should give more joy. It's not the case. That is the nature of things. Just because more indulgence is more joy, just the opposite. So who decides it? When to stop? Your intelligence. So dukkhalayam, when it is said, because it is not eternal, it has a temporary nature. You enjoy this much, beyond that if you go, you'll start having pain. So this dukkhalayam, I will tell you, is very interesting. One boy went to a guru. I know who sent it. Somebody sent me recently. One boy went to a teacher. And I want to learn Vedanta, he said, have you studied Sanskrit? No. Have you done upasana, some worship of that? No. So on what basis you would like to accept me, accept yourself as my student? I learned logic. I went to Harvard and learned Socratical logic. Okay. Do you think logic is make you eligible for